Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the Nissan Z Nismo. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Nissan here in Salt Lake for me some time with this Z. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. If you have any questions, just ask for Paul. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 3-liter V6 that goes through a 9-speed, fuel economy 17 around town, 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 420 horsepower and then 384 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now when it comes to style, I think the Nismo absolutely knocks it out of the park, and just the new Z in general. One of the best looking cars that Nissan has ever made, or just a manufacturer in general when it comes to a sports car. You got the little Y shape there on the hood, and I love this paint color. It looks really cool. The headlight bezel has been blacked out, and then you got this nice red trim here at the bottom. Got the Nismo badge off center there. And yeah, when you put it all together, it's cool looking. So up front, tire and wheel setup is 255 by 40 by 19, and then in the back it is 285 by 30 by 19. And you can see here we've got the upgraded brakes, and I love how the caliper is red. Again, matches a lot of the other elements that you have with the Nismo. I love this wheel design as well, being kind of like thinner spokes overall, and those are pretty aggressive tires actually. When you look at the tread pattern and everything on that, that is sticky. Now we've got these little fender flares here. Sorry, the camera filter freaked out there. But anyways, we've got these little fender flares here. And you can see the red striping along the side. Blacked out mirror cap with more red accenting. Then you got the blacked out roof as well as the little Z logo there on the back. And again, just look at the proportions and the overall profile. It's a really beautiful car. This leads us to the key fob. We got the Nissan logo. We have our lock and unlock function built in as well. And then popping into the cargo area, press that button and then it'll open up the hatch. It is a hatchback like the Supra that this competes against. In terms of space, it's got a decent depth to it, but the overall height, it's not massive. Again, it's a sports car, so you're not going to get much anyways. Spoiler out back is really cool. And then look at the taillight design down below. I think that's fun as well. I got the little Z logo there and those exhaust tips at the bottom. Again, they nailed it, and I'm not a huge fan of two-tone typically, but I like how they incorporated this. Now this does come with keyless entry, and we've got soft touch here up top. Got kind of like a suede down below. Front two windows are automatic. Well, there's only two windows you have, but yeah, they're automatic with up and down. It's a quick look. They do have blind spot warning with the mirrors, by the way. And then you've got Recaro seats here. They are manual with the adjustments for those of you wondering. And then you've got your stability control button there, and then nice trim on the pedals. And we'll start her up. Now take a look at the steering wheel itself. It's got a lot of cool elements, including the Z logo front and center, but you've got the marker there at the top, and then you've got some Alcantara here on the side, so it makes it feel a little bit sportier that way. Paddle shifters here on the back for the 9-speed, and then you've got your adaptive cruise control, and then regular stocks there on the back too. But yeah, a sporty steering wheel for a sporty car. Digital gauge cluster here in the center, which you can use to display different information depending on what you want to see. It's pretty customizable in that way, just like most other modern units. Now the lighting's not going to make these gauges very visible, but you have 3 gauges up top. Basically a boost gauge, turbo speed gauge, and then you have a voltmeter too. Backup camera in reverse. And then as for the infotainment system, shortcut bar here at the bottom, you do have some physical controls integrated, and then physical volume and tuner button control too. But I'd say, yeah, it's quick to respond, so easy enough system to use. I mean, that did take a second for that page to load up, but it's good. Single zone climate, and then you got some USB ports, your drive mode select. You basically just have 3 drive modes. You have a standard, sport, and a sport plus that you can shift between. Speaking of shift, we got the shifter here. Let's just open up the trunk, and then got some cup holder action there, and then more behind with the whole center console setup. And this is to open up, by the way. Just a regular review mirror, and then you got the kind of bubble design with the roof to make it so there's more headroom. So here's a window sticker for this Nismo. Pretty much everything is standard equipment. There's a few options like the premium paint and everything, but $68,740 is the total MSRP on this one as equipped. And sum things up. Well, I will say the manual seat back, definitely an interesting adjustment there. It's like a twisty dial. The Nismo, I mean, this is a great example of an upgraded sport package. Not the Sport Z, but like upgrading a sports car, right? They've upgraded the brakes, the suspension, they have upgraded the engine, right? It's got more power. So all of the performance metrics, they've got better tires, all the performance metrics have been increased, including the transmission and even the steering. Everything with the Nismo is special compared to regular Z. I mean, and I will tell you, I've driven plenty of Z since they released this new Z, and the Nismo does feel unique. And compared to the so if you get an automatic Z that is not a Nismo, whether it's a sport or a performance, this feels substantially different. Yeah, it really is a completely different car. First off is the engine response. It feels a little bit better. The transmission, I think, is the biggest difference. The regular Z has a solid transmission setup because it's still the 9-speed. It's just they've tuned this to be way more aggressive, especially when you put it in the sport modes. And I'll put it in the manual mode here. Actually, pull this down a little bit so I can see what gear I'm in. Man, this has got some torque. So the transmission is a lot more aggressive, and I will say the seats, they give you that sports car feel. Like, they're aggressive bucket seats. I enjoy them. Again, compared to the regular Z, it's like so much quicker with the shifts. Exactly what you want with, you know, a Nismo car. You want it to be more aggressive. You want it to be a bit quicker with the gear shifts. And the downshifts, I think, is what really shows you the difference. It's substantial. And I'll say one thing that's cool about the Z is just the feel that you get. I mean, you can adjust the seat up or down, but like a little bit. But yeah, you really do feel like you're kind of in a cockpit, especially with the little gauges facing towards you. It's kind of a similar feel to like the Chevy Corvette, but the Corvette has that stupid like giant tunnel that goes down the center that makes it so the interior feels cramped, whereas this still feels cockpit-like, but doesn't feel cramped. It feels open. It feels more open than the Supra too, I'd say, because the Supra is set up in the center. It's not bad, but also Supra doesn't even have a center console, which is kind of annoying. Like the hit and no lid. Not the worst thing on the planet, but definitely not my pick, that's for sure. And I like the gauges. They kind of have, I mean, there's fully digital, but it kind of has a retro feel to it. It's like a nice mix, I would say. I really appreciate it. It's so quick, and it sounds good too. And the transmission, I mean, even though it's an automatic, it's super engaging. Like, look how quick it just boom, boom. Yeah, it's quick. So, to sum things up with the Z Nismo, I think they did a really good job. And I mean, I think this is, I mean, at minimum, it's as fun as the Toyota Supra. And I actually find it more fun to drive than the Supra because the Z has a little bit more character. The Supra, right, I mean, it's a joint venture with BMW, and German cars are kind of known for German cars are kind of known for like just being kind of soulless in a way, right? Just being tools. This, it's got some soul to it. I like it, and it looks so much better than the Supra. Now, one thing I will say is Nissan should offer a manual, even though the performance wouldn't be as good. They should offer a manual just to offer one. That's it. Just throw a manual on this package, and the people will appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts.